Welcome all. Today's top breaking news with Gitanjali from Bayan Times. Andhra CM Jagan points out RLIS not new project as center to let state go ahead with it. The embargo put on Rayalaseema Lift Irrigation Scheme RLIS does not fit in the scheme of the Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act 2014 as it is not a new project. Chief Minister Y.S. Jaganmohan Reddy told Union Jal Shakti Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat and requested him to let Andhra Pradesh go ahead with the preliminary steps of its execution. He also appealed to the minister, who is the chairman of the Apex Council, to reconsider the decision to restrain Andhra Pradesh from going ahead with the project when no similar direction was given to Telangana, which is reaping advantages without submitting itself to any scrutiny under the Act. Jagan said this in a 5-page letter to the Union Minister dated August 10. It was a response to Shekhawat's missive dated August 7, which said the RLIS can't be taken up without approval from the Krishna River Board Management KRMB and the Apex Council. Jagan emphasized that the RLIS was not a new project but only a better means to draw the allocated share of water as per the Krishna River Disputes Tribunal 1 KWDT 1 award. Sans proper data, Russia, COVID-19, Sputnik 5 vaccine efficacy, safety unknown, CCMB chief. The efficacy and safety levels of the vaccine developed by Russia for treating COVID-19 patients is not predictable in the absence of data, a top official of the CSIR, Center for Cellular and Molecular Biology, said on Wednesday. His remarks come in the backdrop of the Russian President Vladimir Putin's announcement that his country has developed the world's first vaccine against coronavirus. Director of CCMB Rakesh K. Mishra said, "If people are lucky, then the Russian vaccine will work. Both efficacy and safety of the vaccine is still unknown. They haven't conducted proper trials, which is stage 3 trials. That is when you get to know the efficacy when it is tested on a large number of people and wait for 2 months and see whether they get a viral infection or not." Study long-term effects of styrene gas leak, says experts. Several environmental scientists expressed concern over the long-term effects of the styrene gas leak from the LG Polymers plant on health of people of RR Venkatpuram and its surrounding villages at the first session of an international webinar organized under the aegis of Asian Network for the Rights of Occupational and Environmental Victims. The scientists suggested that urine and blood tests be conducted for the people to understand the long-term effect of styrene gas leak on people's health. The LG Polymers India Private Limited, in collaboration with the state government, should conduct the medical test to assess the harmful health effects of the gas leak on people. The government should also initiate measures to shift hazardous industries from residential areas to ensure the safety of people, they said. Scientist K. Babu Rao, V. Ramandar, Ashish Mittal, and others participated in the webinar. The international webinar on industrial accidents will be held on August 18 and 25. Energy conservation cells in all government offices soon, says Andhra Chief Secretary Neelam Shawne. In a major step towards promoting energy conservation, the state government has set the ball rolling for setting up energy conservation EC cells in all government departments to promote efficient use of energy besides achieving energy security along with monetary, environmental and social benefits. Chief Secretary Neelam Shawne, who is the chairperson of the Andhra Pradesh State Energy Conservation Mission APSECM, is learned to have given the green signal for the initiative. Orders for its implementation are expected to be issued shortly. Apart from a common consumer in the state, local bodies and government institutions too will benefit from it. The energy conservation and energy efficiency measures will help avoid wasteful usage of energy with less investment. It is also the easiest solution to bridge the gap between the demand and supply of energy, she said. YSR Chayuta will benefit 23 lakh women. In another step towards women empowerment, Chief Minister Y.S. Jaganmohan Reddy will launch the YSR Chayuta scheme, which will benefit 23 lakh women of SC, ST, BC, and minority communities in the age group of 45 to 60 years. On Wednesday, Commissioner, Information and Public Relations and ex-officio secretary Thumma Vijay Kumar Reddy said. Vijay Kumar Reddy said each eligible beneficiary would be directly paid a total amount of Rs 75,000 in 4 years at the rate of Rs 18,750 per annum. The government would spend an amount of Rs 17,000 crore on the scheme, he added. KTR emphasizes for promotion of food processing industry in Telangana. IT and Industries Minister KT Rama Rao emphasized the need for a food processing policy and a logistics policy to promote the food processing industries, which will ensure financial empowerment of farmers and employment opportunities for youth in the state. He said the Council of Ministers has examined these policies along with incentives being offered by other states as well as other countries and have come up with proposals to offer subsidies and incentives to develop an food processing industry in the state. The Council of Ministers meeting chaired by Minister KT Rama Rao was held to discuss the food processing and logistics policies apart from preparing necessary guidelines at Pragati Bhavan here on Wednesday. Former Karnataka CM Siddaramaiah test negative for COVID-19 to be discharged on August 13. Former Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, who is undergoing treatment for COVID-19 infection at a private hospital here, has tested negative and will be discharged tomorrow, his office said on Wednesday. The leader of opposition in the state assembly celebrated his 72th birthday on Wednesday. Siddaramaiah has completely recovered and according to doctors, the throat swab and blood test conducted for the second time have come negative, a statement said. The Congress leader was admitted to Manipal Hospital on August 4. Siddaramaiah had fever only during the initial 2 days. Other than that, he had no symptoms of the infection. COVID-19 cases drop in GHMC, 338 test positive. The daily COVID-19 cases reported in GHMC fell to just 338. This is the lowest the district has seen in the last several weeks, triggering the hope that the spread of the virus has slowed down in the densely populated Greater Hyderabad area. On the other hand, the caseload in other districts shot up dramatically. Out of the 1,896 cases reported, 1,558 were from districts outside of GHMC. The Director of Public Health, Dr. G. Srinivasa Rao, had predicted a tapering off of cases in the GHMC by August end and a similar tapering off across the state by September end. This trend has been evident since the last 1 week, which progressively lower caseload in GHMC limits as compared to other districts. A month ago, GHMC reported 700 to 800 cases every day. This have fallen to 350 to 500 cases per day. Telangana's coronavirus tally at 84,544 after 1,897 cases reported in last 24 hours. Telangana detected 1,897 cases of COVID-19 in the last 24 hours with 22,972 odd tests conducted. With this, the state's overall tally reached 84,544 cases. The active cases in the state are now 22,596, while 1,920 new recoveries were also recorded. GHMC limits caseload resumed, falling with only 479 cases reported. The containment zones in the municipal corporation area having also fallen to 65 as against 90 about a fortnight ago. The cases in other districts, however, continue to show an upward trend. While Rangareddy had 162, Medchal reported 172, and Sangareddy reported 107 cases. To tackle these cases, nearly 5,822 beds in the government hospital and 3,227 beds in private hospitals are vacant and available. Meanwhile, the death toll rose to 654 with 9 more reported deaths. Lucifer put on hold, Chiranjeevi takes up Vedalam remake. Chiranjeevi will not be working in the Telugu remake of Malayalam action drama Lucifer anytime soon, as announced earlier, because he is considering starting work on another remake now. The 64-year-old actor has greenlit the Telugu remake of Tamil actioner Vedalam and has zeroed in Meher Ramesh as the director. The development of the Telugu remake of Lucifer has been suspended indefinitely, and Chiru is keen to step into the shoes of Ajit in the Telugu adaptation of Vedalam. The makers have made certain changes to script to suit the regional sensibilities and image of Chiru. They will begin the casting and pre-production of formalities soon. The film, however, would go on floor soon after the actor wraps up Acharya, informs a source. Vedalam tells the story of a taxi driver who lives with his sister in Kolkata while being on the outlook for the three criminals. To be bankrolled by Anil Sankara and Ram Charan, an official announcement of the untitled film will be made on the occasion of Chiranjeevi's 65th birthday on August 22. With this, we conclude with our today's news headlines. For more such latest news and updates, like, share, and subscribe By and Times.